BHP Tours, welcome back guys. As per the title and the Land Rover Defender 90 that I'm sat on, I'm going to be taking this car from here in London to Land Rover Experience Centre in Luton. Why? Let's find out.
So welcome back to the channel. After my detailed Defender walk-around video, exploring the different colour options, engines, and some unique features from this British icon, I want to take the Defender off-road to see what it's really capable of. But do check out my previous video and subscribe to my channel if you're into sports cars and road trips, because that's pretty much all I do. So for those like me that live in major cities like London, who don't have access to a farm or gravel track, climbing a curb is probably the most amount of off-roading I'm going to see. So you might ask, how do you do it? Well, Land Rover do have you covered. For every new or approved used car purchase from a Land Rover franchise dealership, you're entitled to a complimentary half-day off-road. For some people, a 20 to 30 minute test drive around the block is enough, but for some it isn't. So for a new car purchase, Land Rover will email you directly to set it up, and for a used car, they'll give you a voucher and you can call one of the 9 centres across the UK and get to figure out which one is best for you. So if you spend all of this money on a Defender, you might as well make good use of it and see how capable it is on the muddy stuff. So let's head out, first drive.
Windy day today, I tell you. That's one of the first things you notice when you get in and out of the Defender, is the ride height. It's a jump in and out. Unless you're, of moderate height, it's a climb, let's call it that. But it's interesting, that's what Land Rover really do pride themselves, commanding driving position. Defender is, I'm pretty sure it's the highest of the lot really. And yeah, Land Rover have 3 families. Jaguar is obviously another, it's part of the JLR. And you obviously have Defender, Discovery and Range Rover, and I'm pretty sure this is the highest riding of the lot. And it's obviously dual purpose, so being the best off-roader that money can buy, but also combining it with the comfort that you can use day to day. Obviously the new Defender is totally different to the old one. It's nice having an automatic gearbox. The ZF, 8-speed ZF that BMW, Rolls-Royce, everyone uses. I remember seeing a lot of the older shaped Defenders and people paid to have conversions done. So yeah, things like that are a welcome addition, and it does ride really well. The car that I'm using doesn't have air suspension, so it's on coil springs, and yeah, it's really comfortable. I like the 3-litre diesel engine. Yes, I know it's not the quickest, sub 8 seconds to 60. That's all you need really. Really good motorway cruiser, get well over 500 miles on a long run. I know you're getting the ideas for the road trips, but I really, really like it. It's really comfortable, smooth, quiet. Yes, some people don't like diesel, that's fine. 3-litre petrol will be more than fine for most, and obviously if you want to do your bit for the environment, let's say, got a plug-in hybrid. I don't know if they'll bring out an electric car at some point, but yeah, I'm not sure if it'll be on this particular platform. But yeah, there's loads of things to like about the inside. I've obviously gone over a few of those in the last video. But yeah, infotainment. Let's pull up and go over it. The first big change that you'll remind about every time you leave the car are the over-the-air updates, which you'll see on the screen below. 20 to 40 minutes, and if there's any updates that need to be installed at the dealer, usually it's done when your car's brought in for a service. It can be done anywhere where the car has remote service. So if obviously you're underground and you don't have cellular, it's not going to work. But again, you can't, and one key thing that you need to remember is you cannot use the car when the update's being done. So if you have an emergency and you need to do it, car's locked, you're not going to be able to use it. But really handy to use, which will then bring me on to Pivi Pro. So is infotainment any less important now because of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto? Probably, yeah. People still like having a system that's easy to use, a responsive touchscreen, because every car has a touchscreen nowadays, and maps or navigation that's going to take them somewhere along a good route to where they want to go. Land Rover are pretty proud of their Pivi system, bit of a tongue twister there. It incorporates what 3 words? Not sure if you've heard of that, but some genius decided to map the world into 3-meter squares, and yeah, I'm not sure exactly the origin. I heard a story about someone being trapped on a mountain and rescued from that system, or from that scenario, sorry. And yeah, it's pretty handy. Even in cities, if you type a postcode in, it might take you to the other side of the block or the other side of the road. So yeah, it will direct you to within 3 meters of where that is. So handy. Let's type in the shard, shall we? See how responsive it is and what 3 words it gives me. Can't imagine I'll be going to the shard anytime soon, but yeah, so we'll go to the one in Bermondsey, and the what 3 words for that is sand volume sums, if anyone wants to go. So yeah, put go. It will probably tell me that I need fuel or turn off. But yeah, it's pretty good. I much prefer the interactive driver display over the entry-level analog dials. Just feels a lot more modern and up to date. The Luton Hoo estate.
So we're here, Land Rover Experience Centre, Luton, or London. London and Luton aren't really related in my view, but anyway, it's the closest one to London. But yeah, making sure I wear trainers that I'm not too fussed about. So Dunk Pandas, which are a bit battered, and Fresh Ego Kid hoodie, or tracksuit rather. Make sure you check out some of their stuff. Links in the description. Let's get going.
The Experience Centre gives a relaxed feel of an old Land Rover showroom, but this next clip was pretty wild and was from over 10 years ago. So yes, they've actually done this before in the old Defender. What a machine. This time round though, the weather suggests it will be a bit less muddy, but hopefully still enjoyable with better camera quality. Look at how the wheels articulate and move up and down independently from the other side. Really impressive. The tyres have the biggest diameter of any Land Rover to increase traction by an increased rolling radius, i.e. more rubber touching the ground basically. Hill descent control and a low range gearbox also helps slow down the acceleration when you're going down a steep incline like this, especially on a broken surface. The short overhangs are probably the main reason why this looks so effortless. Try doing that in a compact SUV and I think the bumper falls off on impact. This might look easy to most, but there are so many components and systems needed to not only get the Defender up here, but to keep it here and even get down safely, and it does it with such little fuss. You have the traction control, the off-road tyres as I've mentioned for grip, and Land Rover's famed terrain response. Terrain response is standard on every Defender, which allows you to choose a mode to suit the off-roading that you're doing. And you have 5 different programs: grass, gravel, snow, mud ruts, sand, rock crawl, and auto. Prevention is always better than cure though, so select the right one if you can, but the auto function will probably take care of most of it for the novice or milder off-roading. The air suspension rides at 3 different heights, and the second off-road mode sits at 14.5 centimeters over the already high standard ride height. Look at how the suspension and short rear overhang allow the car to comfortably descend from this ramp. Wade sensing is a great feature which uses sensors to show you clearly how deep the water is that you're entering. Genius. For anyone wondering, the wading depth of the Defender, i.e. how much water it can travel through, is at 900 millimeters. And one of the ways the Defender manages this is by having raised earthing points to minimize any electrical faults or failure when going through high quantities of water.
Excuse me, mate, can you give me a lift to the train station? Oh, come on.
As you might have spotted, there's an instructor in the passenger seat, so I didn't feel it was right to film on board. But I guess I've got to save a bit of the experience for those who are looking to go. This experience day is a good fun day out, and I'd thoroughly recommend it. Really feels like you're putting the car to work. The car was absolutely filthy at the end of the day, and even worse on the inside when my cameraman jumped in and out to record.
Thanks, Skip. Nice experience that, forgive the pun. Yeah, car fared pretty well. Off to take the 90 back to its natural environment. On to Chelsea we go.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed me taking the Defender off-road. Do check out my last video with a very detailed walk around the car. Next up though, no more delays, new car unveil. See you then.